Warp Pipe Wednesday.
Another week, another technical issue.
Hey, at least I'm on camera for now. We'll see how long it lasts.
Do we have the right? I didn't even check. Do you have the right microphone selected?
I'm scared to touch anything, Russ. I mean, come on now.
Blast.
Yeah, Mike. Yes, I'm good. We're good. We have beautiful audio. We have beautiful visuals.
Perfect.
Let's give these people what they want.
Oh, so I was excited to tell everyone I will be going to the Blink-182 concert, and I bought a solo ticket just like Jay.
That's right.
The wife was like, if you want, you could get one of the seats, because I was looking at seats and there were closer ones, but they were single seats essentially. And I was like, all right, it's like $75 to go on the lawn. But then I was like, what if it rains?
Yeah.
Then I'm stuck out there. And plus on the lawn, you can't really see the band. There's big screens that you're watching the band perform on, and they're, down and in there. I was like, I kind of want to see the band. So I was poking around and I was like, all right, it was $122, I think, for like one of the seats that was right behind the mixer board. So I'm like straight out. So I think it's pretty good.
There you go.
You
go.
I'm going
we'll be seeing them together separately.
Right. So it should be a good time.
Yeah. Sick, dude. Russ sent me the picture that what does it say? Like, get ready, it's coming, or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Your tickets are secure or whatever.
Yeah, something along those lines.
So I was like, all right, perfect.
This is the last we'll talk about Blink-182 till next week. Oh man. Dang, Russ, I had something I was going to tell you about, but I don't remember what it was right now. All these technological issues.
Wasn't work related? You cut yourself
I don't know.
work, or...
I will say this. My buddy Sean from Retro Reminiscence, me and him were messaging back and forth today, and he was telling me about this interesting study. And basically, the study goes, it's like the difference between people who push their shopping carts back into the cart corral versus people that just leave them in the parking lot.
Right.
And it's like, I can't remember exactly what we're talking about, but basically, like, it's just like people that are considerate enough to push it back in the cart corral usually like are more kinder people and appreciate and value people's time more, and are, I don't know, all these good characteristics that you want to be.
Right.
And the people that didn't put it back and just left it were like the people that like didn't care if they inconvenienced you, like all the negative traits. Basically, you want to be the person that pushes the cart back in the cart corral. Push the dang cart back in the cart corral.
Take the extra 20 seconds. I do watch. There's a the cart narcs, I think, on TikTok, and it's a guy.
Do they give them lazy bone stickers or lazy bone magnets on their car?
Yeah. So like, he'll throw it on the car and then they'll like throw it off, and he's like, just put the cart back, and they spend more time hassling with him than walking the cart back.
He's like, you're being a lazy bones. It's like, what a terrible like cut down to be called a lazy bones.
Right. And it's like not profanity, but still offensive.
Yeah.
Being a lazy bones. You're like, what did you say? What did you call me?
He's like, you're lazy bones.
I'm running solo this past few days.
What does that mean? Your wife's out of town?
The wife's out of town. Wife's on vacation. She's in where'd she go?
Where'd she go? Where'd that wife of mine go?
Where'd she go? They went to I believe they went to Newport, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Her and her girlfriend got a hotel, and they're doing like fancy dinners and watching the sunset. I was like, all right, well, hey, enjoy yourself, sleep in. So I've been watching The Baby.
There you go.
The Baby past few days. Tomorrow I do have to work for 5 hours, and then I got a dentist appointment at night. So I got to get those going. But it's been pretty good. Me and Gwen been hanging out. She's almost walking.
Wow. She's going to be in trouble when that happens.
She's standing kind of on her own, and she took a few steps and then she'll fall. But I think she's going to walk before she turns 1, essentially.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big things.
She's been babbling too, saying a lot of like dad, like as like Not
Yep.
as like your dad, but like dad.
Yep.
I was like, all right, we're on the road.
You're on the road. You're on the path.
Certainly, it's been, she's been all over the house, so we're constantly updating our baby proofing.
Yep. Yep. Anything breakable goes up high.
Right.
Got all the locks on all the
Yep.
cabinet doors.
Most of them. So we got most of those situated up. I almost had to buy a new cord for my laptop. I try to do work out on the coffee table, and she'll come over and she'll take my power cord and then start chewing on it like the USB-C end or whatever. So then I gotta like unplug it from the wall so she's not gonna get shocked or whatever. And then it wasn't like charging, and I was like, oh. So I had to go. I went and buy just the USB cord, and I bought the brick. The brick is like $80 because I was like, I don't know if it's that, but I put a little rubber alcohol in the original cable, let it evaporate, and then it was
Right.
good. So I returned both the things I bought. So I'm like, all right, we're good. I'll start editing on the higher table where she can't reach me.
All right, Russ. Here's the question: is it laptop, like you put it in your lap, or is it lab top, like you
Oh,
use it at a lab? I always hear people use both phrases, and I'm a laptopper, LAP. What are you?
I want to say I was saying it as lab, but I don't know. We'll have to roll it back. Did I say laptop?
I don't know.
Because it does. Yeah, it sits. I rarely would ever use a computer in a lab.
Yeah,
It's sitting on my lap.
sits
It
on your
does get pretty hot though.
laptop. I
I
don't know.
currently have it on. I bought a little fancy thing that has like fans built into it. You plug in the USB, and it's supposed to help cool it.
Cool it or cool you or both.
Could be both. Because if you have the laptop
The
on
what?
your the laptop on your lap for some time, and I'm editing, I'm using Final Cut, it gets hot. My legs are like, ooh, I got to put a blanket over it.
Yeah. Did we talk about Adam Johnson last week? Adam Johnson, the Pittsburgh Penguin hockey player. Did I talk about him?
No, no, no.
So, okay, so you guys that listen know I'm a huge hockey fan. Well, rest in peace to Adam Johnson. He is a Pittsburgh Penguin player who used to play for us, who was playing overseas. Got into a super unfortunate incident where a player's skate came across his neck,
Whoa.
cut his neck, and he actually died from his injuries. And it's been going through the hockey community, and a super bummer, man. Like everybody says, he was like the greatest teammate, the greatest dude. Um, but now in the NHL, there's a lot of talk about should players be mandated to wear neck protection. Back in like the 50s and 60s and maybe even 70s, players didn't have to wear helmets.
Right. Yeah, they
And
didn't they didn't have any helmets. So
and then eventually they players were still getting hit in the eye, so then they started making them wear visors. I think there's only 3 players left in the NHL that don't wear visors.
gotcha.
So now this is like the next evolution of, when I remember when I was a kid, I wore a neck guard. I don't think I ever wore one as an adult playing, but
I'm trying to just picture, not really picture, but like, how does a foot get to a net? Like, was he falling and then the other person was
it,
coming
it,
up
it
with
was
their
just
leg?
it was a complete freak accident. Now I will say it's happened a few times in the past. Like a guy named Richard Zednick for the
Hmm.
Florida Panthers, several years back, got his neck cut. He survived his injuries. Um, there's been a player that I think it was Eric Carlson, who plays for the Penguins, had his calf cut when he played with either the Ottawa Senators or the San Jose Sharks.
Hmm.
I can't remember. So there was a guy who got his wrist cut one time. I think
Oof.
last year, the year before. So sometimes injuries do happen with skate blades. I mean, you're getting hit. People are trying to knock you off the puck. You're falling.
Right.
Um, but this was just a very interesting accident. The way he fell and his foot came up, and just it's just an unfortunate event. But um, if anything can be said, maybe it'll change the game,
Right.
and
New rules.
future players will have these like almost like Kevlar nylon resistant, cut resistant, potential neck guards in the future. But anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because I love hockey.
Yeah.
Adam Johnson was a Pittsburgh Penguin that played several years back, and anyway, just it was something I was thinking about.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What else we got going on? Oh, I did watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I don't know if you
Me
finished watching it.
too. I'm so glad you brought this up. Me and Colin
so,
watched it.
so we could discuss that. Now, my wife watched it with me too, and she's never played any of the games or I think seen anything about it. So
Yeah.
she was kind of going in blind. We had only watched Matt Pat from Game Theory. He did a little video telling everyone that he was in the movie
Oh wow. Okay.
because he the only thing I've watched of Five Nights at Freddy's is all his theory videos and all the games
Gotcha.
and everything. And I've never played any of the games, but it intrigued me. And he had it technically lie to his audience and all that um, because he was in the movie, but he didn't want to reveal that,
Right.
until
Okay.
it came out, kind of thing. But he has a very short,
Little cameo.
15-second cameo on there, and
Hey,
it's hilarious.
still cool.
But yeah,
Did you like it?
oh yeah, I enjoyed it for sure.
Yeah. So I watched probably the 20 to 30 minutes of it.
Right.
And my son he'd been wanting to watch it. My wife is a much better person at filtering what my kids will
Oh,
watch and
okay.
what they won't watch. I tend to still have that 80s mindset. It'd be all right. You'll watch it,
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll let him watch it. And I mean, to
It's
his
PG
credit,
though, right?
I think it's PG-13. To his credit, he never got scared. I mean,
Okay.
and I
They
asked
don't
him,
show like any of the murders happening or whatever. It's all
right?
off
It's
screen.
all cut
So
really well so that it can like kids can still kind of see it, and it's not too gruesome or terrifying.
right.
I would say if anything is scary, it's just the actual animatronics themselves are pretty creepy looking.
And they were made by the Jim Henson House
Okay,
too.
that's
So quality stuff.
yeah, yeah. I always find it creepy when their eyes they have like a white light behind them or a yellow light behind them, and whenever you see that yellow light, they look pretty terrifying.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, were you scared of either Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz as a child, and which one did you go to?
So I went to Chuck E. Cheese growing up. There's
Okay.
still one by my mom's house. I've gone there a few times, and I don't think I was ever scared of them. No, I would say no.
So I grew up going to Showbiz. There was a
Okay,
Showbiz in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And when I would visit my sister, she would take me there. And I remember just being terrified um, of the Showbiz. I don't know what his name is, but he's a gorilla.
okay.
And you got to see him. If you've never seen him, he just looks horrifying. Imagine being 5 or 6 and seeing that.
Pretty terrifying.
Like, he looks like he wants to eat oh, look at his eyes in this one. Oh, man, he looks wicked here.
Oh yeah,
Like, that just looks terrifying.
and that was an animatronic too.
Yeah, yep, it was
Like
an
at that point, if he's a like, just have a guy in a suit. If he's a gorilla,
like, look at this one. Like, look at those his eyes are what got you.
it's
He
like
just he looks too mean, you know what I mean?
absolutely,
Like
yeah.
like Billy, but there was a character named Billy Bob. He wasn't scary. None of the rest of them were scary, but the gorilla and he just looked like he was gonna come down and eat you. Yeah, he just looks so scary. Like some of them, he doesn't look scary on
No, is
here,
this him with Michael Jackson?
but some of them he looks very scary. Michael Jackson doesn't look scary. He would have made it less scary if he would have been at Showbiz.
Definitely
Like that
terrifying.
guy, he doesn't look too bad right there in that
Yeah,
one.
but
He looks
like you
like he
said with
might be,
this one,
but that one he looks like he's ready to like eat your face off.
yeah, yeah. Now I could say, yeah, I was never afraid of like any of those animatronic things growing up, but
Yeah,
I don't know what it is for the kid. Like I still don't know why younger kids gravitated towards this game. Right? It's like eight year
because it
olds and like 12-year olds. Like
Well, yeah.
crazy over this.
I know, my son's all about it. We went to GameStop a couple days ago, and he wanted to spend some of his money that he had because my daughter was buying some stuff, and he bought a Chica and a Freddy Fazbear plushie there, and I was like, he's not even 8 years old, he's like 7.5." I'm like,
Wow, see, yeah, so I was even estimating higher.
it was
Now I'm
funny it was funny because one of his buddies,
mhm.
who lives down the road Colin was like, "Hey, can you watch this?" And he's like, "No, my parents will not let me watch this." I was like, "Colin, stop asking him. Not everybody's a terrible parent like I am." Like, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good one. They left it open for sequels, obviously, because there's so many different games and books. There's a book series too on Five Nights at Freddy's. So we'll see. I feel like it did pretty well. We did stream it, but it is in theaters too, so it's the simultaneously released in both platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, we streamed it as well, so
If we're talking movies, it's gonna be a live action Zelda movie. Apparently, did you see that?
Did I send you that text? Or
You
did I
might
send
have,
it to
or
everybody but
someone
you?
tweeted it.
I
I
sent
don't
it
know. A bunch
I
of
sent it
people
to,
sent
like,
it to me.
5 people, like, 6 hours ago, Aaron being one of the people.
Let's see. No, nope, you did not send it to me.
No, come on, I think I did. Check,
No, there's no photos.
was it Instagram? Was it Facebook? I'd send it to you somehow, some way.
But yeah, so I guess they've been working on it for a little bit. They said. I don't know if it has a release date, but it's interesting that they chose live action over animated since Mario was animated.
I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think I'm gonna like the live action, as long as Nintendo does it right and treats it well. I think
Hmm.
it's gonna be fine. I can't find where I sent this to you, but I know for a fact I did.
I'm curious: is Link gonna talk?
That's a great question. That
'Cause
is a great
in all
question.
the newer games and everything, he doesn't talk. But I mean,
He's gonna
we
pet
had a
his horse
cart
and go, him.
ah, ah, make sound effects like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I'm excited for it. I'll definitely see it and support it for sure.
I hope in the
Um,
first 10 seconds he goes, "Excuse me, princess."
I'm sure that will not come up. That got announced. It's gonna be a new Ghostbusters movie. We're all talking about movies. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
Is it like part
Ghostbuster.
2 of Afterlife?
Yeah,
Did you
essentially.
see Afterlife?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I liked it.
So it's called what the heck is it called? Ghostbusters something with frozen
Mm.
or ice. I gotta look it up now. Everyone's
Mm.
probably yelling through the screen on the podcast. Frozen Empire.
Frozen Empire, okay.
Okay. And it's
Interesting.
like a new villain that they just came up with. And a lot of people were saying in the comments, like, they feel like it's a good mix of like almost like the real Ghostbusters cartoon. You
Okay,
know, it has the old cast is back,
good.
but the new cast is working alongside with them.
Okay.
You kind of got the junior Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, and this new villain that we've never seen. So it's like got this fun aspect to it.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So John Riggs had made a post and he's like, when are we announcing the ecto cooler again?
I know. So, it's funny because when I went to see this movie, I took my wife and my daughter and my son, and me and my son were like, "This is great," and
Hmm.
my wife, like, reached across both my kids and, like, grabbed my shoulder, and she gave me this look, and she goes basically, she mouthed to me, "Why did you think this was a good idea?"
What?
She was
She
because
was
sh
mad?
well, she was scared, and she thought it was gonna scare our
Oh,
kids. So she
because I
thought, "Why are you
don't think it
bringing our
was that
kids in here?"
scary.
Well, Haley gets
Okay.
she gets scared pretty easy,
They're like
which is
blue
funny.
ghost. I
So
don't
here's
know.
the funny thing about Haley. She can't watch scary movies,
Okay.
but I walk into the bathroom and she'll be listening to some crime podcast and it'll be like, "And he cut her head off and kept it in a jar in his refrigerator." And I'm like, "You can listen to this, but you won't watch Ghostbusters? Like, what is wrong with you?"
There was a meme I showed my wife and it was like um me watching like fake scary movies before bed and they're all like this and then it was like
Yeah.
me watching a crime documentary about a real murderer and they're like passed out like
Yeah,
asleep. It's
exactly.
like But what if the girl comes through the screen and tries to attack me?
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yep. But
Any other? Now we're on movie topic. We're getting Zelda, new Ghostbusters. We watched Five Nights at Freddy's.
hmm.
Trying to think if there's any other movies out or coming that I want to check out.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was gonna bring this up earlier.
Okay.
Do your theaters locally
hmm
sometimes play old classics for like Christmas holidays?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so in the past, our theater plays like Home Alone and stuff, and I kind of, if they do it this year, I would love to go see Home Alone in a theater again. I think that'd be so rad.
nice. Yeah, I know they've done certain movies in the past for sure. So I don't know what they got coming up, but Cinemark is in my area. Cinemark and I think Regal are the two
Okay, yeah.
cinemas.
Hey, Russ, I'm gonna put this podcast idea out because it just came across my brain. We have to do our favorite Christmas movies for a podcast if we haven't already done that, which maybe we have.
We might have, but we could always go back because I'm sure they changed, or we can put a stipulation on it. Favorite Christmas movies in the 80s, 90s, or whatever,
Yeah,
cartoon ones.
cool. Well, if we haven't
Um,
done it, we'll cover it.
side note, I was looking up last month for like Halloween stuff,
Yeah.
and there was a Halloween special that had the Grinch in it
Oh yeah,
from
I've
like the
briefly heard about
50s,
this.
and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Pretty weird. A lot of people been posting if talking about Christmas ornaments. You guys
Okay.
collect the Hallmark ornaments. They usually do a drop of like pretty sweet ones. I did pick up in the summertime. I have it up on the shelf over there, but they did Samus, who's like pretty tall. But they did just do a Sega Dreamcast one. I have a Super Nintendo and I got the Sega one. So I'm hoping to get the Sega Dreamcast one now. I haven't gone to the store to see if they had it, but I think you can order it online. What you got one handy? Jay got up to get something. Like he's got both. He's got the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Yep, so if you press a button, it does play stuff.
Yep, they're pretty sweet. These are the only two I really ever wanted, but love them. They're cool.
Nice. Yeah, so they released the Sega Dreamcast one, so we'll see how it sells. Last year I picked up Super Mario 3
No, oh
and
yeah,
maybe
that's
one other
cool.
one.
I
And
wouldn't mind
then
that one.
my wife's mom she was ordering something on Hallmark and she needed to put like a little bit more in her cart to get free shipping and they were on sale, so she got me another Super Mario 3 one.
So you said there's a Samus one coming out?
Yeah, that one came out in the summertime, like that's when it dropped, so you should be able to maybe still get it.
What's it
But
look like?
I mean, I can pull it down if you want to chat about something. Keep them occupied.
I'd rather you pull it up instead of pull it down. Oh, he's pulling. I thought he meant like he's gonna like get an image off Google. He's literally going to go get it. So, okay, I'm gonna Google it while he's doing that. Oh, it looks like I don't even know which one this would be considered. Super Nintendo Samus. I don't know who is this.
Oh, where'd you go? What do you? Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, I like
there's-
that. What?
there's
What? Now, what Samus is that considered?
I would say maybe Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime. I gotta finish that game. Samus is one of my favorite Nintendo characters for sure. Dude,
So
she's
yeah.
so rad.
I mean, it's freaking sweet, but I mean, it is. I think it's $20, and she's non-posable, so you can get a posable Samus figure and put an
I
eye
need
hook in her head.
I need blue suit Samus.
Oh, the Zero suit, yeah.
Zero suit, yeah, whatever.
So that's sweet. It'll go on my tree. I got a whole bunch of the other ones. I did keep the box because
Yeah, I got the box
pretty
too.
cool. But she's wrapped up. We did also mention. I don't know if we're gonna get a tree this year because we're worried about Gwen
Humbug, bro.
pulling everything off of the tree, right? Because it's gonna be right there, or like eating the pine needles, and so we
High in
might
fiber, bro. Come on, it's good for you.
maybe
Get
it's
a
like
little
maybe
sap on your teeth, you know?
get a little like I don't know, like a tabletop tree or something.
No, I get it, dude. I'm just busting Your buns.
See. You guys let us know in the comments. Did you get a tree when you had a baby in the first year?
I'm sure I did.
But we haven't had a phone call, Jay. And
I mean, hey Siri, call 949-682-9277. There you go. You're welcome.
That's our phone number. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll read it. We'll play it on the podcast. You could text the number too, I guess, if you don't want to
text us.
Call, and I can just say what you want to say on there. But yeah, 949-682-9277 is the number.
Yep, 9277 means warp.
That's true. I was trying to get like it to spell something completely, but I can only get the last four. So
hey, good enough.
It works. We'll do a shout out to our Patreons supporting the show. We got Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Livingood, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, and Retroholic 16. Those are the top tier Patreons, but we thank all of you guys from dollar tier and up. You can sign up over at patreon.com/Russ Lyman. We'll start a fund for Jay's new computer.
Hey, it's working today. Maybe we don't need it after all.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Anything else, Jay, on your mind?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty good. That's a good Warp Pipe Wednesday.
That's pretty good on what's going on. I got a new video out. If you guys haven't checked that out, I did post the video of the Blockbuster World Championship video game thing.
I need to watch it. I haven't done it yet.
So it's 20 minutes long. I premiered it yesterday live, and a few people jumped in. They're enjoying the premieres. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. It's over on my main channel, Russ Lyman. Rustly Man. Check it out. And I'm working on another 2 videos. So we'll see if I get those edited. Hopefully Jay will upload his Sega Game Gear video at some point. Did Jay
I'm like, frozen.
Well, you made it close to the end.
Let's see if I come back. Time will tell. It told me my battery was unplugged, which it wasn't. So whatever. Anyway.
Well, hey, thanks for listening.
That's right.
As always, I'm Russ Lyman. Keep your world fun bit by bit. We'll see you next video.